Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hey, good morning. I couldn't sleep too much today. you neither. Oh well, just have to chant instead. Actually, I feel like I slept enough, so. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Oops. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Sorry, Johan, I went into your class here, but if I didn't do anything, I wouldn't do it. So once I get up, Hare Krishna, Krishna. I don't think I'll be up too long, but who knows? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Oh my wonderful Lord. Oh boy. Oh man. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. It's a lullaby, yes. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Oh, my wonderful Lord, wow. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Ooh, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Oh, my Lord, oh, wow, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Oh my God. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. I just love these secrets. I mean, I get so many secrets. I feel like I go to school here every day. It's like coming to school, and it's like going to kindergarten. You learn the best in kindergarten. It's the best place to learn. You learn by playing with Krishna, playing in the sandbox. Deep state stuff. Deep state. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Don't tell the body to stop. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Yeah. Yeah. You know, the whole thing is the whole thing. Perfection in bhajan is you're chanting the Lord's names, or just whatever you're doing in devotional service, and He appears in you. That's it. Yeah, it's simply that. The Lord. Otherwise, everybody's seeking the Lord. They're seeking all these different paths. Doing it. What are they seeking? They're seeking for the Lord to appear within them. Just like Dhruva Maharaj, when he did all these austerities, he thought he wanted something external. And the Lord just appeared in his heart, and everything he realized, oh, this is what I was looking for. Yeah. See, that's that's it. And the Lord appears in the heart. Now your relationship is there. Now you bring Vrindavan to this world. Otherwise, it's just in the book. You're just studying histories. You're searching after Krishna, searching. But no. When Krishna appears in the hearts of the devotees who were here 5,000 years ago, and also 550, wasn't that really the bottom line? The Lord was appearing in the bodies of the devotees before the world. So they brought this Vrindavan back to this world, into this world. Otherwise, nobody knows that's what life is about. Is that the Lord? That's why, Bhagavad Gita verse, Krishna says, all the universe is in me, all the world, all peoples are in me, but I'm not in them. Okay? That's the general case. Now you become an exception. Okay? That's why Prabhupada said it's very rare to find a person that knows Krishna. They appear in your heart. That's why I was looking all these years, I was trying to find some role model. And I couldn't find who I would think Krishna actually appeared in their heart, like was in my experience. It was just like Maharaj Parikshit. He looked his whole life. The name Parikshit means examiner. He experienced the Lord in the womb. Okay? So he experienced that quality of the Lord. It was very special, very unique, very different from anything. And then his whole life, he was looking for that experience again. He's looking, where is that? In somewhere, some role model out there. And he found that in what do you call it? Shukadev Goswami. Okay? So, in other words, by the mercy of Krishna, he got Guru, and by the mercy of Guru, then the Lord appeared in him. See, by hearing the Harikatha. See, so this is pure and simple truth. I dare anybody try to break my experience. They're unbreakable, man, because they're experience, personal. And they're right along. Now, when you look at the book, it makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense. The Lord shows me every day. I go to school every day here. Textbook time. without the official. I don't like official books. I like relationship learning. Just play with Krishna, man. Play with it. See, then the Lord becomes your instructor. See, that's what you're going to get. I want the God to be an instructor. It's such a great lessons. You learn really the essence of everything. always new and different and fresh and enlivening, man. This is the life, man. I mean, I don't know why any gurus wouldn't want this, or anybody. Why wouldn't you want it? I mean, that Lord appears in your heart. That that is, there's so much energy and power in that. That's why you just want to jump out of your skin. There's so much, and there's so much wonder in it. So much. I mean, it's what we're looking for. It charges you up. It gives you the life that we're looking for outside, and it gives you understanding that you're looking for in books and studies and all that. It gives you everything, literally. We're meant to be full in the Lord, in the true Lord, the genuine, the Shuddha Bhakti Lord, the transcendental Lord. Because we're spiritual. See, that's what enlightenment is to have your spiritual body awaken and be in the spiritual body of God. See, and in that relationship, is completeness, is wholeness. And that's what you share the world, is to help people find completion where where it all started, where your life really begins. Otherwise, people are not really born. They're like in the Matrix, they think when you see, this is an external thing. They unplug the guy in the Matrix, he's in this thing and they unplug him like this. But that's still bodily stuff. It's all external. This is how you really unplug. We unplug people here. This is how you get unplugged from the Matrix. Because everybody, they see this all false ego, what do you call, a shadow of the truth. They unplug the guy from the Matrix and now he's free, right? They're only free bodily. That's not enough. See, they don't even know their spiritual body. They just go around, and the guys who can with Maya, they control them. Oh, okay, you're on equal level with us. Now you can be free in the Matrix. This is still false ego. They can go fly around the universe, but they can't go outside of the universe. They still don't know who they are. They don't know the architect of the architect in the Matrix. That movie, The Matrix. They don't know where the architect gets his information. Like Lord Brahma, he creates under the direction of a director more than him. See? That's who we get to know. See? So that's real freedom. Otherwise, it's just bodily freedom. Oh, yeah, they can fly around in the Matrix and do all these things like Superman and all that. They also just have bodily powers, material bodily powers, mystic powers. It's still false ego. See? They don't have the strength to awaken their own soul of who they are. See, so everybody, all the way up into the false ego, that's like in the mode of goodness, they have mystic powers and all that in the demigods and everything. That's why what we're doing here is attractive to even the demigods, because we got what many of them don't have. See? This deep understanding that is on the soul level, that's transcendental. Yeah, I'm not held back from going to the spiritual world, even here. And that's what we're here to do. People can also become like that. You're not held back from entering the spiritual world, even in the material body, even while you're here. That's why you taste joy. You taste this special nectar that's beyond anything. That's why it bewilders even the Vaidhi Bhaktas. They can't even understand. They've never seen this. It's all in the book, and they see, but they don't see because their eyes are not opened. It could be, but they, when it's time, they have another desire, and by the mercy of Krishna, they'll send them to here, either in this life or in another life. They'll meet another, like a Shukadeva Goswami who's empowered who knows his own soul and relationship with God, and then they'll get out. That's what it's all about, man. When you're really ready, then by the mercy of Krishna, he sends you to Guru. And then by the mercy of Krishna, the Lord appears in you, right? Isn't that the way it happens? Okay. What is this? You got to travel. Oh, you're going now. You're going to, all right. Well, hey, okay. Happy trails. Fly. See you in Turkey. I'm glad I did the class, so there you got to come. It's good. Yeah, it's good. Yeah. You take the train or somebody taking you there? Train? You go yourself, huh? Yeah. You should be escorted, man. They should be playing airplanes from the spiritual realm to escort a person like you. You're royalty in this world. Really, I'm telling you, man. There's royalty here. And she's going on her own. Isn't that amazing? She should be escorted, man, with a pelican to the airport. This is not right. She's got to go on her own. No, that's not right. See, this is the way this world is. They don't know where real royalty is. Oh, yeah, they'll have Bill Trump. He's got everything. Or was it Donald Trump and Biden? They have the big entourage, of a bunch of fools, they're helping them. But Lolita has to go to the airport on her own. Amazing, man. The people, this world, man. What are we doing in this dark place, man? Private jet. Yeah, for you too. Everybody that gets ecstatic love awakened in them, man, you're a successful person, successful human being. Now you can make others a success. Isn't that amazing? Love it, man. Making successful human beings, and then they make people successful also. That was Lord Chaitanya did that. We're doing the same thing. Yeah. So let's see here. Let's read a little bit. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Let's see here. We're reading Chapter 9, Most Confidential Knowledge. Just continue on there. Bhagavad Gita. So, text number 2. This knowledge is the king of education, the most secret of all secrets. Okay. See, what we're doing is the most secret of all secrets. Okay. The secret, how by basically causing the Lord to appear inside yourself. Because the cause, what is the cause? The secret of secrets is the science of devotional service. Prabhupada used to say it's a science. This knowledge is the king of education. The most secret of secret is the purest knowledge, and because it gives direct perception of the self by realization. There you go. That realization is that. See, the Lord appearing inside yourself. That's it. This is the truth. This is direct perception of the self, is the Lord appearing inside. This spirit. See, the Lord is spirit. Jesus used to say that. God is spirit. He appears inside us. Now we're in relationship. See, our soul is awakened. See, then the Bhagavad Gita is understood, where it says there's the soul and then there's the supreme soul side by side together. See, you realize that. You realize, I see. I have this relationship with the Lord. And see, the Mayavadi thing is they think that they get into merging into that Lord and disappear somehow, or be God and all that. That's all speculation. That's not how it works. The Bhagavan realization is you go you've got the king of education in either this life or previous life. You've been educated properly in the science of devotional service. You have clear conception. You've heard from a bona fide spiritual master who has also realized this. Bhagavan realized person. I mean, this is ideal. Okay? You hear from that person, hear the proper understanding, proper conception. So you're not, like deviated this way or that way. You come, see, and then the Lord appears eventually, because you're studying the king of education. You're hearing the science from an experienced devotee who has realized Bhagavan. The Lord has appeared in them. You realize it's not about merging with God and becoming God or some other speculation. It's about exchanging this relationship, these mellows, devotional mellows with that Lord. You don't lose yourself in God. You find yourself in God. See, that's why always this term appeared by the teaching of Jesus and Lord. Find yourself in the Lord. See, that's how we find ourselves. It's in the true Lord. It's in the real self that we find ourselves. Okay? Yeah. King of education. Of course it's the king, man. It's the best education you can get. How do you live? What is this? Verse 1. Please hear attentively what I shall speak to you, for transcendental knowledge about me is not only scientific, but is full of mystery. Yeah. See, that mystery is revealed by an experienced devotee. They understand these things, and they're continually going deeper in this understanding, like we read in the other verse, or maybe this verse. Yeah, this by Prabhupada's purport. The devotees are always going deeper in this understanding. That's why they always learning more. I mean, look how big God is, and look how small we are. There's a lot of room for growth. Unlimited growth, unlimited bliss, unlimited ecstasy. This is the eternal realm. This is why every day we appear here every day, and we just do this for hours on end, because it's so interesting to go into hear about the eternal truth. If you're a devotee, if you're a non-devotee, like there are a lot of people in religion, for all intents and purposes, they're non-devotees. Because this devotion they haven't, their soul has not been awakened. Their eyes are not open. Their ears. Their ears are not open. So no devotion, no real devotion, or maybe it's weak, just like some awe and reverence stuff. But this intimate stuff is intimate. Yeah. See, full of mystery, and let's see, and who's coming to the lecture? Yeah. It's so simple. Yeah, you hear from experienced devotees who are experiencing these things, and then you really learn. Otherwise, you're learning from teachers who are not experienced. You're learning. That's why religion has to be transcended. Basically, the teachers and the gurus and the sannyasis and the popes, and the ministers often are not really self-realized. More often than not, are not really. Their soul has not been awakened yet. They just approach this science of God on a religious, pious platform. Sometimes impious, sometimes we see they're demons actually worm their way into religious posts, especially in Kali Yuga, man. Don't be surprised. I'm not surprised at all, man. So anyway, it's a beautiful thing. King of education. I just love that word, when it's related to bhakti, because it is. It really is. It's the best education I've gotten, that I'm getting, and it never ends. You ever see these professional students? They love school, man. They love to go to school, and they don't ever want to leave. Okay? And that's material. This is spiritual. This is the school also. You never want to leave. It's so attractive. to know more and more about the Supreme Lord. I mean, I just read that verse yesterday, and it's like full of life and full of love, full of gusto. The desire to just talk about it and discuss it. I mean, this is the spiritual potency. This is the soul. This is what we're meant to do. And in these discussions, people become enlightened and become purified, and their miseries go. What a wonderful path. I mean, otherwise people try to do it externally. They try to take pills. Oh yeah, my misery, I got to take a pill. I'm depressed, man. Take pills. And then everything in the Maya is always, it's like Trojan horses everywhere. You ever seen that story of Troy? They gave them a gift, and in the gift was a bunch of soldiers that came in and stormed the castle and killed everybody. That's the world, man. That's big pharma. They give you a pill to cure something, and the cure is worse. Often, not all the time, but often is worse than just having the problem, and then it go away by itself. Usually, this is the Lord's Maya. That's why I tell people be careful of it. One of our members had to go to the doctor. And they just want to destroy you. Literally, they just want to go and they want to track and trace you. Get in there to get healed, and then they want to make you more sick, give you more shots, try to convince you to get shots and to kill you. And then track and trace you like a dog, like an animal. That's the Lord's Maya, man. It works like that. And now it's really empowered by the mode of passion and ignorance. In other words, asuras are coming out of the deep state, and really giving people a problem. So the only real option is to transcend it like this. And what do they do to your body? Put you in jail, put you into the. Your soul is awakened. This is the whole thing. Like the early Christians, they felt themselves so successful. Just because they were awakened, their souls were awakened, man. And then sometimes the Romans gave them so many problems because they're all demons, non-devotees, just like now coming out. Want to give the bodily religious people, real religion, awakened people troubles, but they don't. A lot of times they don't even do that because when you go really deep into this relationship with the Lord, even the demons consider you their well-wisher, which you are actually. You wish them well. You wish everybody well. You want to benedict everybody. That's why you see in the stories, like Prahlad, he was born in the kingdom of demons, and he benefited the demons, the sons and daughters of the demons. Because the devotees they don't hate anybody. They don't hate the demons. They don't hate the demigods. They just want to benedict the world, just like Krishna does. Krishna is just there wanting to benedict the world, and he teaches himself. He comes here occasionally, and he also teaches through his devotees who know him, so that they can be benedicted by the Lord. That's what I'm experiencing every day when I come here and I start chanting. I feel like I get the benediction of the Lord. It's wonderful. I get the empowerment, the understanding, the purification, everything I could want, I get in this relationship in chanting. It's marvelous. It's wonderful. Yeah. It's like it becomes Vrindavan here, a new Vrindavan. Like the verses come alive for the devotees here. It says in the verses in 10th canto that the devotees of Vrindavan overcame everything by their relationship with Krishna. They overcome all obstacles, all problems, everything, just by them playing with the Lord. And that's what basically you do here. You learn how to play with the Lord. Okay? That's Vrindavan consciousness, man. That's you've transcended the modes of nature. When you're simply playing with Krishna, Here, just by your chanting and by what we do here in Sadhu Sangha. You're just playing with Krishna back to Godhead and helping others to go back to. Matter of fact, that is Godhead, is playing with Krishna. So there's no place to go back to. You don't need to go back to him. You just play with Krishna here, there, over here, over anywhere, up, down in hell, up in heaven, in the spiritual world, Vaikunthas. You're just playing with Krishna, relating to the Lord, and everything is a benediction. Everything is benedicted. Yeah, it's the purport of the verse. Right, there you go. I'm so fortunate to have. Can you imagine? Look at this Johann. He's so dedicated, so totally into this, totally in the Lord, and the Lord is in him, getting wonderful dreams, amazing dreams. I just had another one I just saw in this thing. Yeah. This, that's the witness program that you're showing God. It's great to have a relationship, a transcendental relationship with God, not just a pious awe and reverence. No, real intimacy, man, closeness. It's just it's marvelous. There's nothing like it, man. Yeah, this closeness with the Lord, playing with God, just by chanting, you're getting close. You're hearing his name, and then the name awakens his presence in you, and now you have this thing going. You have an affair going. You're consorting with the Lord. See, you're under the shade of his feet now. See, his name. Get the shade from the Maya. See, the shade of the Lord. Maya is like a hot sun for the world, man. The sun's beating down on the souls here. They have no shade. See, so the Lord himself is that shade. See, there's no trees that can shade you from the Maya. See, but Krishna can. Govardhan can. See, his pastimes can. The lifting of Govardhan. Who has the power to lift Govardhan Hill? Who has the power to lift these pastimes? See, that's the real devotee, man. That's real bhakti. See, climb up on that branch. See, like we read yesterday. Climb up on that branch and see Krishna. See, but you won't see Krishna on a withered branch. No, it's withered. It's dry. That's all you get is dryness. No, find that green, luscious, flowering branch. See, that's given the life of the Chaitanya tree, not the dry branches on the tree. They're the false followers still. If those branches want life, the dry ones, those ones that are gurus in religion, in Vaishnava religion, they're still dry. They're not awakened, man. They also need to come. That's when Lord Chaitanya came here 550 years ago. His devotees were these real branches. And a lot of times they were sudras, like here, sudra. And the big sannyasis, the big gurus, the big aristocratic Brahmins, they had to go to the real branch to become a real Brahmin, a real sannyasi, or a real guru. It's the same thing here. If anybody really wants, they got to hear these things and see that we know what we're talking about. This is realization here. We're not just going from the book. We start with the book and then show what it really means, because we're experienced devotees, experiencing God living inside us and giving us real depth of knowledge. Yeah, we've got the king of education inside of us, educating us. King and queen, Radha and Krishna, Lord Chaitanya. The parampara system's working through us here. And you got to prove that you've got the Lord like that. Otherwise, you're a false follower still. You need to come over here and learn how to become a real follower. Whoever you are, I don't care. You could be Donald Trump. You wanna perfect your whole human existence, you'll have to come here to do it. Or wherever a real devotee is, and they're rare, man. I don't expect he's gonna make it in this life. All they do is they make it to be a big king, a big king, a big president. Okay, they get respect and all that stuff, and then they die and they become what? Who knows? What do you get for doing all that work? Well, he gets pious, whatever pious things he's done. He's still under Yamaraj, these guys. See, Yamaraj, he's the judge of your karma. Oh well, Trump, you did some good things. He's given money to people that needed it and all that. He's a good, like good pious deeds. And he's did some bad things like this thing and getting people, so the good and bad, these guys, they're karmis. They're under the laws of karma. They don't know this. They don't know this Lord. The Lord isn't awakened in them. They're under the false ego identification, so they take more births. But it could end it if somehow or other he or anybody at Biden, I don't care, whoever comes here and learns the topmost science. What, do you think this is just a bunch of words out here? Whoever's listening out here? You think this is, when it says the king of education, that it's not really the king of education? No, it's the king. You don't learn this in college. No PhD is as good as learning from a real devotee, as real bhakti, and the Lord living inside them. Now, those coming here, you're getting the king and queen of education. That's what I'm feeling. I'm getting the king and queen of education. It's the purest science. You want to learn science? This is real science. You think Fauci's science is science? That? Yeah, they're all speculating, and he's got motives and his science. They're twisting the data, all of that. They study books on how to lie with data. Oh, they lie. This is. Do you think that is the real science? No, the real science worthy is how to free your soul so it can soar into the spiritual dimension of consciousness. That's the purest science. Otherwise it's all this scientific stuff it's always about the body and the material universe. And you could spend your whole life trying to figure out what's going on the material universe. I mean, that's okay when you're doing this science of awakening your soul. There was an important person who died, and now he's a dog in Switzerland. Exactly. This is all this importance. This is false ego. This is like that you see these movies of the devil. The devil giving you, we'll make you really popular in this life. We'll make you an important person. But there's always a thing. You got to sign your life away for it. And that's what you do, basically. You go and you spend your whole life trying to be a king, or you get the position of king and you get all these kingly duties, and then you die and then can come back as a nothing. You got to start all over again. Or you got karmic things. You go to purgatory and man, this is pain in the ass. You got to end it, man. Just be awaken. Come through the real process. Hear from real devotees. Hear about this devotional science, and awaken out of this dreamy sleep and all these weak paths, weak teachings about the body and the material body, and then you just got to take more births. This is what Narada Muni said to Veda Vyas. He said, the reason why you're unsatisfied is you're teaching as self-realization things to do with the body and the mind as methods of self-realization. That is the problem. You're teaching people follow rules and regulations your whole life. That's how you're going to perfect your life. Enter the Varnashram system. Follow that system all of your life. And you're going to know the truth. And then you do all that. You try to perfect everything to do, following perfectly every rule in the book, and following every program, but you're still not awake. You're not awake. Your spiritual body isn't awake. And you spent your whole life doing that. Okay? So Veda says, what's my default? And I'm going to tell the world, I'm going to tell you Vites, what your default is, because you don't know. You can't even see it. It's right there in a book, right in front of you. You've been studying that book and you still don't know. So I'll just tell you. Your fault is the essence of the Bhagavatam is the confidential nature, not the external bhakti thing. Nature to follow rules and regulations and mandates. The whole point of that is to develop a desire to know the deeper aspect of Krishna, just like Vedavyas. His heart was not satisfied following all those rules and teaching them. He said, my heart ain't satisfied. What's the default? He said, oh, well, elaborately hear and chant about the glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Get into the essence and not the external stuff to do with getting the body regulated and managing the physical and mental body. Krishna is beyond that. He's transcendental to the mind and the body and the material personality and the material emotions. So teach the real path, the essence. You're qualified to teach this. Teach that. And you know what that is? I'm going to just tell everybody, tell the world, tell Jaipataka and Radhanath and Acharya Dev what they don't know. And end their ignorance. Is they need to listen to a Shukadeva Goswami empowered with the spiritual vibration, and that vibration of their realization, their soul understanding, their personal experience in the spiritual world. It'll drive them into transcendence and transformation. Otherwise, they'll die on the false ego level, thinking just like Trump. Wow, look at I have all these followers and everything, and then they become nothing in their next life, because the real guru is one who's realized Radha and Krishna. Pretty simple, isn't it? That's our line. If you're in this line, have you realized Radha and Krishna? Have they appeared in you? Can you show the world? Can you show your followers that Radha and Krishna have appeared inside you? Or what? It is that simple. This is the Bhagavatam, the real. Go and listen to a Shukadeva Goswami. That's here. That empowerment is here. Prove it every day. Those who come here sincerely, the Lord appears inside them, just like inside their guru. That's the way as it should be. That's proof that it's bona fide here, and it's not a bonehead experience. It's bona fide. You want to be delivered, you come here, you get delivered. We make good on the promises here. It's as it should be. You're welcome, Francis. Thank you for appreciating. It may be a bit intense here, but this bhakti is intense. It's wild, intense, it's full of honey, sweet. Sometimes a little vinegar in it, just because it needs some medicinal effect. It's the purest knowledge, and because it gives direct perception of self by realization, it is the perfection of religion. See? This is how we perfect. You want to perfect religion. This is why those Vites out there, everybody in those groups, all of them, need to come here and perfect their religion. They'll perfect it. It'll become real religion, pure religion. Pure religion is loving God. That's it, man. They'll come here. Anybody comes here. They will perfect their understanding, and they'll be able to kick external religion away. They don't need it anymore. It was a ladder to get them to this spot. You don't need that ladder. You just put your 2 feet, your 2 soul feet on this path here, and then Radha and Krishna and the real devotees will keep you afloat forever. This is the perfection. When you're ready to perfect real religion, you come here and you'll abandon external religion. That's why everybody's done that here. You don't need automatically, just naturally. It becomes natural. Otherwise, you'll never be able to abandon. You can't abandon religion on your own. The Lord has to appear inside you, man. Yeah, that's the only way you can abandon external religion. Otherwise, now the Lord purifies you. Radha and Krishna purify you in this relationship, in this pure devotional service. This is how you're pure. And this is how you teach. You teach others to get this great benediction of the Lord appearing inside them, the Holy Spirit of devotion, which gets you to realize everything. You realize everything. You realize where it all is from. It's all in the Lord, and the Lord is now in you. Perfect. No problem. No problems. Problems finished. The essential problem is finished. The problem of birth, death, old age, and disease is finished. You've solved the essential problem. Plato didn't solve it. Socrates didn't solve it. Didn't have this knowledge. Einstein didn't solve this problem. But we've solved this problem because we're following the king and queen of education, the purest of knowledge. The Lord has appeared in many of us. We feel that transcendental Lord, and feeling him more. We're feeling him up every day, man. How would you like to feel up God? And that's what we do. Transcendental Lord. Ooh. Now, listen to this. Oh, yeah. Perfection, it is everlasting and it is joyfully performed. So you can see, you come here, you see examples of this. Joyfully performed. It's everlasting. You notice it lasts, man. Every day we just engage in these wonderful conversations about God. You know that guy, he wrote a book, Conversations about God, Conversations with God. Conversations with God. And it became a famous book, a bestseller. He was on the right track, but it was all speculations, a lot of it, mixed in. But still, there was a conversation between that person and God. And people liked it, thought, hey, man, this is great. Let's make it a bestseller. Can you imagine having conversations with God and about God that are like this? Yeah, because here our subject is pure devotional service, the purest knowledge, the science of how to really relate to the Lord purely without mental speculation. Because in that book, there's all these speculations. But anyway, it was on the right track. Okay, conversations with God. Let's do that. Let's get into that. That's what we do here. When you chant Hare Krishna, it's a conversation with God. It's wonderful. The Lord appears in you, and now you're communing and communicating with God. Man, there's action going between. There's relationship, man, and it makes you feel feelings and a happiness beyond this world. That's why a lot of people look, what's going on? What's this? His Gohari. You're just an Anthandronal man, one of these cavemen in the cave time. No. This is called relating to God, the Transcendental Lord, man. This is what we're here to do. You want to do that? Are you ready to move on from fighting? Are you ready to have the Lord appear in you? Are you ready to go through the purification? Hey, I don't know what that is. That's all you are. You got to just admit you're just a caveman, neophyte, baby, fool, and go through the purification like we all do. And then you'll just say, I'm just still okay. Yeah, I'm just a fool. Yeah, but the Lord is living inside me and it gives me knowledge. Yeah, it's better than all these gurus. That's what I listen to them and think, well, what do they know? They're all just speculating and just, playing a role. And it's just like a game, like a baby's game, child, playing doctor. Oh, Guru Dave, deliver me. And the guru can't even deliver. He's not even delivered themselves. And people get mad probably if I make my comments. Oh, you're so offensive to pure devotees. Well, then what's the pure devotee? Where have they proven that they're pure devotees? Has the Lord appeared inside them? Do they have the symptoms of the Lord appearing inside them? Do they sometimes laugh and cry and choke up when they chant God's name? The Hare Krishna Maha Mantra? Do they prove to themselves and to the world that they are actually in relationship with the Transcendental Lord, that they transcended the modes of nature? No, that's not even an issue. No, we don't even think that. We don't have the capacity to think about that. Well, that's why I ask these questions, because most people can't ask them. And then if you hear the questions, maybe it'll jog your intelligence a little bit. Let's get real, isn't it? Let's get real, not fake. Let's not do fake stuff. Let's not be in unreality. Let's not be in replica and imitation and cloning. Let's get real. What is the real deal? What is a real devotee? Who's an empowered soul? Who can deliver you from Maya? Let's ask these great questions. Let's ask the tough questions and get the tough answers. They're tough, man. A lot of people have a lot of energy built in their fakeness, their false ID. Like Gurudev. Oh yeah, are you Gurudev? Well, come under the scrutiny here. Let us have a discussion. Let's discuss. Let's ask some questions. Questions, I don't know. I don't know if we want to know the answer, because a lot is at stake, man. I got a lot of followers, man. I got a lot of reputation here. Got a lot of clothing. I don't know if I just want them taken off. Well, hey, man, you can become a real guru. Wouldn't it be nice to be able to deliver your disciples like this fool, Gaur Hari Das, this caveman, doesn't even wear a dhoti, he delivers his disciples. People can see with their own eyes. Is Gaur, you can ask the question, are the disciples of Gaur Hari Das, are they getting delivered? Are they getting inspired? Are they getting purified? You just ask the question, and then what is the answer? Well, look, sometimes they laugh. Sometimes some of them, not all of them, but a lot of them are on their way. And some are laughing and crying and choking up when they chant Maha Mantra. Isn't that what it was all about 550 years ago? Isn't that what Lord Chaitanya did? That caused that effect to have on people he met? Isn't that the same thing that happened with his followers? They became empowered to do the same thing? Yes or no? And we're doing that now, 550 years later? What does that mean? What does that mean? What's going on here? My dear Gurudevs out there, in all these illustrious sanghas, with all the pomp and all the big shiny sticks covered over in orange saffron and your shiny toys. What's going on here in this sangha we only wear t-shirts? What's going on here? That should be the question. What's really going on here? Is deliverance going on in this sangha? Is deliverance going on in those sanghas? Is that just religion in these Vaishnava sanghas, or any religion in Muslim? What are the symptoms going on in those groups? Are they bound to rules and regulations and very dedicated to being ruled by mandates and rules of their gurus? Or are they ruled by ecstatic relationship with God? Like people coming here and they say, "Oh, Gore doesn't give a lot of rules." Yeah, you give a lot of rulers, a lot of ruling here. The rulers are two, Radha and Krishna. Devotion and being part of that family. We've been part of that ruling class. See, they're ruling our hearts. Everything comes from that. It's the king of education, having those two in our lives. It's the purest knowledge, having those two in our lives and relating to them, communing with them, being part, have them inside us, in our temples. These are, see, this is detachment, man. You realize, this place is for them. This seed is for them. I want to be in them, so that's why I chant. That's why I hear. I hear about things that impress them, things that they like, and then they're in me. See? That's the science of devotional service, is know that, and to be experienced in that, to promote that in this world, the real education. Take people beyond religion into the pure religion of this kind of worship. See? Questions and answers. People come, you can question. There's nothing, you don't have to be afraid to question. There's no offense. There's actually more offenses. See, fences, because people don't ask questions. They don't ask the tough questions. It's like, I see in here, I learn all about this stuff going on in the world, all these really the more deeper truths, about what's really going on beyond the material motivations of these persons and all that. I learn all about this, okay? And then I look at publicly. Nobody's asking the tough questions. They're afraid, or they don't. Well, I can, and this is these people that know better, and they still won't ask the tough. Well, if I do, I'll lose my Facebook thing, or then I will lose, or they'll come after me or something. Therefore, I can't ask the tough questions. Okay? Well, that's what you got in religion. People don't ask the tough questions, because if they do, sometimes people want to ask tough questions and they get thrown out. Well, no, we don't want any tough questions asked. We don't want any tough answers that might expose our darkness. Well, anyway, this is mature Krishna consciousness. When you're ready to be a little bit more mature, then you can come here and learn and ask the tough questions about what is life really about? What is Krishna consciousness really about? What is the essence? Where are we going with this? Is it just about spending your whole life with rituals and rules and regulations in Krishna consciousness, or is it going deeper? And what does deeper mean? See? All these questions, we have answers here. And we're always getting more answers because we're miners. See, miners. It's just like people mining Bitcoin. And notice even Bitcoin it teaches you all about Krishna. They have Bitcoin miners, and you're mining these crypto coins, man. And what happens? You mine them and you get more coins. So you discover more coins or make more coins by the mining process. It's the same thing. You apply that to Krishna consciousness. We're in the mine of Krishna. His name is a mine of jewels. Mining all that, we just mine and come up with more jewels, more revelations, more realize opened, realizations. Okay? We're miners, man. We're experienced. We have the ability. We can teach other miners how to mine Krishna. Does anybody want to learn how to mine that Transcendental Lord? It's great. He's a mine of jewels. What I'm here to do. I want to share this, the mining process. How to mine Krishna. Teach people how to be miners in the Lord. See? Get out of the miners and become professionals in the professional leagues. They have the minor leagues. Those who are not faithful, oh, and joyfully perform. Yeah. So anyway, that's what we got. That's what we got going here. The verses are here. The verses are alive here. This is the living verses. You got to find. That's called devotee Bhagavats. You are the path. You are a real disciple or a real guru. Therefore, now you get the real knowledge manifest in this world. See, people look at you, they hear from you, and they think, oh, you're in this sadhu sangha. You realize, man, that verse in the book is here. Man, it's joyfully performed. Man, this is the purest education I'm getting. Man, there ain't a better knowledge than this. My God, this bestows the supreme perfection. So yeah, get beyond the cycle of birth and death like that. It's king and queen in all ways. The king and queen of purification is best way you come here. You'll learn to get the best purification you can get. The Lord will appear inside you and clean house, man. You'll be one of those. You'll be that verse that Jesus spoke. Blessed are the pure in heart. They shall see God. That'll be you. And you will prove it. You'll look at these verses. There's the Lord, man. You got realization now. Realized revelations. Now you're living like real devotees live. See, you're living on that. Living on God. Your life is in Him. He's in you. His life is in you. You're in His life. He's in you. See, you're in their life. It's just like in a relationship. You're in the life of a person. See, you marry somebody and you're mixing there. You become part of that person. Well, hey man, this is meant for the Lord. When your soul is awakened, with the work we do, we're midwives engaging in the born again experience. Man, get your spiritual body activated, actualize your experience, man, so you can experience the Lord, His transcendental nature, and commune with that and learn stuff. Finally, learn stuff, man. Good stuff. It's so fun. Okay, text 3. Those who are not faithful in this devotional service cannot attain me. O conqueror of enemies, therefore they return to the path of birth and death in this material world. Okay? So those who are not faithful in this devotional service cannot attain me. And you see that it happens. Not everybody continues. Here, look at this. The ones who are serious, they've been here 4 years. 4 years since I've been. More, 5 almost. You're faithful in devotional service and you attain the Lord. Okay? And that many of you have attained. Oh, look, Johan has attained the Lord. No question. Lalita Ganga, she's attained the Lord. River is attaining the Lord, you see. And they're still here. Why would they want to go? They found their family. Yeah. But those who are still in progress, they're still on like probation. Sometimes they even get a little ecstasy, but then they're not faithful. Then they go, they leave. See, they go on their own and they think whatever they're thinking. See, and they can't. In other words, they not transcend. They got to still take another birth. See, they were not faithful all the way. See, because once even the Lord appears in your heart, once the Lord even appears in your heart, you just continue on and forever, while the family is here and we're going on. Why wouldn't you stick with the family? Why go off on your own and alone, or you go back to the Vaidhi Bhakti community and you become part of that? When this is so, anyway, you're not faithful to this platform of devotional service. Therefore, you go back and be where they're at. Oh, maybe they're pious people and you're doing pious things. but you leave the transcendental community, and that's what has been done by some devotees here. They leave this transcendental level of consciousness and go back into the material level, even on the level of rules. It's always like they always go back to these austerities, rules, regulations as their method of purification of choice, because they lost this path. They didn't understand this path. They didn't make it to the point of really being solid in this kind of purification of this intimacy with God and realizing it's everything. Everything is in this. Everything. Knowledge is in this. Purification is in this relationship. In these devotees, in our relationships together. I mean, why wouldn't you want to be with transcendentally situated persons? That's intelligence. Otherwise, you're less intelligent. If you think, oh, I don't need you guys anymore. Oh, really? That's stupid. You're dumb, man. You're done. You're going back into birth and death. Realized souls are like that. Did Paul or Peter leave their families? They were all together for life. If they were real, sometimes people left. You can look in the book of John, and they said, yeah, some people left. They weren't really a part of us. See, they wanted to part. See, they parted from them and parted company and went and did some other thing. When you find this, the Holy Spirit community where the Lord is residing in persons, and you leave them, oh, what a slight! That is, your mind ain't right. Anyway, people do it, and so that's this verse. That's why you see those persons fit in this verse. They become the verse. I'll read the verse again. Those who are not faithful in this devotional service cannot attain me. You notice they're always the same thing. I don't believe in what Gaur Das is teaching. I stopped believing in it. All of them say the same thing. I don't believe in what he's teaching. For a while, sometimes, I believe in it, and then the Maya comes in. After a while, they don't believe in it, and they start to, no, I know the better thing. I'm with Prabhupada's teachings and all that stuff. See, they're not faithful in the devotional service being preached here. See, they leave their guru, their Shiksha guru. See, I don't leave my disciples. Why would I leave them? They don't leave me. I don't leave them. You see, even on this level, it's a spiritual affair. Okay? You have the nature of a real devotee. I don't want to leave my disciples are my friends. They're my disciples and friends. Why would I want to leave real friends that are eternal friends, that the Lord lives inside them and is appearing inside devotees like Lalita Ganga, River, and whoever else? Why would I want to leave them? I don't even want to leave those that Lord hasn't appeared yet, and they're trying. They're trying to make it. They're doing their best, or just trying to hang in there, man. I ain't going to leave them either. I don't leave anybody, We're here to help. Yeah. See, and then, so anyway, this is how strength is here. While we're here, just like you see an army of people, they have strength in some numbers. Well, this is, there's some strength in here to do something. Prabhupada even said, I can't do this on my own. We need help, need assistance. This is what Jesus said, the same thing. Hey, man, I'm like the manager of the vineyard, man. I'm just employing people. And the same thing. I'm here, the manager of this little sangha here, and employing people. Hey, you want a job? Want a job? Yeah, come here and we'll give you a job. We'll make you qualified. Just come here, hang out, understand what we're talking about, become part of this, and you become qualified. You give you a job for the Lord, man, to do the Lord's work. Deliver others. Give you the welfare work. You become a welfare worker here. Highest welfare. Wake people up. See, those who are not faithful in this devotional service cannot attain me. See, this, not Vaidhi Bhakti, in this kind of devotional service he's talking about there is this kind of devotional. Hearing about the real path, discussing it, chanting, communing with the Lord, very much on a spiritual dimension. See, this is what we do here. Yeah, and if you leave this, you just go back into the cycle of birth and death. It's not enough just to be a Vaidhi Bhakti. You just get a demigod position. Prabhupada said that. Oh yeah, you can maybe become a demigod type. Or maybe, let's see, take birth as in a Brahmin family. Something like that. But it's, again, you're not amongst transcendentally liberated souls because you reject them. You don't care about them. That's why these guys, they mean nothing to me in the sense. As gurus and everything, if they don't like to associate with transcendental persons where the Lord has appeared, here, the devotees, many of them, the Lord has appeared in them. That means they're prime association. They're the best association you can get in this whole universe. Demigods want to associate with those who the Lord appears in. Why shouldn't these big gurus? That means they're not really big as you think. They're not so big. That's why I put them down, man. You got to put them down. Put them down truthfully. So that they know their real position. Oh, you don't care about where the Lord has appeared in the hearts of people, the Holy Spirit of devotion? You don't care about them? Then you're not a real guru, man. Not really. You're mundane, material. No, this is not, and their disciples are being misled. They think they're being delivered by worshiping you, and you're just an idol. Until the Lord appears in you, you're an idolater. You're promoting idol worship. You're not awakened, and how can they be awakened? That's what we got in Vaishnavism. Nobody knows clearly what it means. They can't even hear. You come to one class, you'll learn more than you learned in the Gaudiya Samiti because they don't have realized knowledge. Here it's realized. People just coming home. Yeah, here you got realize. Yeah, people stay out all night, man. Mundane life. So by me in my unmanifested form, the entire universe is pervaded. By me in my unmanifested form, this entire universe is pervaded. All beings are in me, but I am not in them. See, that's why people are blind, because the Lord is saying, I'm not in them yet. See, he's in them, but he's dormant. He pervades this whole universe. All the universe, is pervaded by the Lord. Yeah. So we're all in him, but he's not in us. He's not awakened. See, so this is what we do, is awaken that Lord in people. So that you can see, the Lord is everywhere here in this world. He's everything. You see people, literally, you see, they're in the Maya. They're in the Lord, but they're in the Lord's external Maya. They're devotees of his Maya, his illusory energy. They're caught up in it. And then, so whoever's meant to be freed, then, they will come and they'll learn. They'll learn from you. You become a teacher of those who are ready to be freed from this illusion. Yeah. See? By me, in my unmanifested form, the entire universe is pervaded. All beings are in me, but I am not in them. That is so significant. And that's what it's all about here, is to get that Lord to be in you, because that's perfection. See? And that's spirit, man. When the Lord is in you, now you know what is spirit. Otherwise, you don't know what is, you know what the modes of nature are. See? You know passion and ignorance, because that spirit is in you. Passion, ignorance, it's driving you in this world to act either passionately or mode of goodness, or ignorantly. Hey, that spirit is a spirit, but it's a mundane material spirit of the world. See? The spirit of God is different. See, the spirit of God is this holy spirit. It makes you whole. It complete. It's subtle, and it's who we really are. See, so that's that's the domain that we work in. This is what we're doing here, is awakening that transcendental spirit in people. See, that then now the Lord is in you. Oh, now you got real sight. See? Now you understand, oh, it's all about, oh yeah, community with God in devotion, devotional service, serving the Lord with real awakened devotion, because the Lord is in you now. He's in you, the spirit of devotion. That's actually Radha, man. That's more the devotee. She's the supreme devotee. She's the one who makes us this devotional spirit, this Bhakti Devi. This is what converts us into real devotees. This is the Lord being in us. It's that, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. In between the Son, see, the ray, is the Holy Spirit. This is this devotion. And this enables us to perceive God. See, otherwise, without devotion, the Son cannot realize God. See, because if devotion is not there, devotion that's reposed on the transcendental Lord is not there, then Maya will be there in the form of love for the world. See, and that blocks us from the Son. Then we just love the world. We're just loving the world. See, then you just look at the world and you just love money. You love your bodily wife, your bodily child. You love that, but that's actually blocking. We're meant to love the transcendental Lord. See? So you need to find a Holy Spirit filled person. See, they've opened that channel. See, devotion, that Lord, that devotion is awakened in them. See, connected them to the realization. See, bestows understanding by realization. You need that devotion. See? Need that appearance in you. That spirit of bhakti. See, that purifies of all the modes of nature. See, then you act devotionally in relationship to the transcendental Lord. Then you're inspired by pure feeling. See, pure in heart. Your heart is purified by this pure feeling, pure relationship with God. See, the Lord wants to give that. See? People are trying to attain that. They're trying to attain that with their austerities, but they're not even clear about what they're trying to attain. They don't even know. Well, I just want to attain Krishna. Well, what does that mean? How does it show up? Well, we don't know. Some checklist thing. I don't know. Some speculate. I don't know what that. No, it shows up just like the verse says. The Lord appears inside you. See, inference doesn't say you. He says, I'm not in them. Well, only a devotee knows this. Yeah, you're right. You're not in people in your transcendental feature. But you're in me, and the transcendental feature, you're giving me this experience of the real you. Wow. Yeah, that's what you can get here. That's what we're all about here. This is what Prabhupada told me to do. Awaken these experiences, and then the Lord is in you now, and you share with others. See, that's a disciplic line, a real one. Not a fake one, not a replica, not a bunch of false followers following something else. So anyway, the false followers can become real. You got to get real here. So, yet everything that is created does not rest in me. Yet everything that is created does not rest in me. Behold my mystic opulence. Although I am the maintainer of all living entities, and although I am everywhere, I am not part of this cosmic manifestation. For myself is the very source of creation. Yet everything that is created does not rest in me. Yeah. Okay. See, everything that is created does not rest in the Lord, but it does. See, but the Lord is thinking, it's not, I don't really consider my shadow the real me. See, because all that's created must rest in the Lord. You see, so because it's in the Lord. So the soul is covered. See, it's covered. So the living entity is resting, finds its rest in the Maya, but there's no real rest here. It makes you restless. You know this? You're trying to rest in your family. You're trying to find rest here, rest in this philosophy, rest in this thing, this teaching, rest, and you're always restless. You find rest for a time, and then you go move on to something else and move on to something. Never find full rest. Never rest in money. You need more money. Never rest in control. If I control my life, then you want more control. It makes you restless, the world. Because in a sense, there's something built in. We're always looking for home, but you can't find it in this Maya. So you're always restless. So the Lord is thinking, I'm in my realization, the Lord, not everything rests in me, but you know what? My devotees do. My devotees rest in me. They know how to do that. They teach how to do that. We teach how to find rest in the Lord. Okay? The Lord, the Transcendental Lord, is where everybody's looking to find rest. Hasn't the goddess of fortune found rest in her Lord? See, her Lord is transcendental, not material. Hasn't Radharani found rest in her Lord? How about the cowherd boys? They found rest in their transcendental Lord. You need to find an experienced devotee in this world, a real transcendentally situated associate of God who finds rest in the transcendental form of Krishna. See, that's what you get here. That's what you see here. That's why it's different, uncommon. You're finding the person who finds rest in the transcendental Lord. And you become purified in this association. And then you find rest in that Lord too. Look at people saying, look at Johan. He's finding rest in the Lord. He's happy. He's not wanting to go anywhere else. He's chaste. He's with his Lord. Radha and Krishna, right? He just stays with them. What about Lalita Ganga? You see, she finds rest in her Lord. She just chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, and there she is. She's found rest in her Lord. See? This is what we teach here. How to find rest in the Transcendental Lord. That's why you see, Vaidhi is not permanent. People will move on at some point when they find is there something more to that? See, this you never move on from. Now you found completeness, the wholeness, the Holy Spirit, man. Spirit of devotion, intimacy with God. Now you just go deeper, 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 deeper forever. This is the path we teach. Anybody interested? This is the best of the best. This is the purest of all knowledge, man. This is the best devotional science, just like the verse says. This is where you can understand Bhagavad Gita verses like this on a genius level that I couldn't understand this on my own. It's only because of what the Lord is giving me realize. being in the transcendental Lord, your knowledge becomes very good. The essence of everything. You say things that nobody's even heard before. Nobody's heard these explanations before. They're new purports. They're what Prabhupada would probably have said in his own way if he were speaking today. Maybe he is. Fire, yes. And yet everything created does not rest in me. Yeah. See, everything created in this world doesn't rest in the Lord. Okay? And in a sense, we're not really created. Our bodies are created. See? So you have to be awakened. By contact with real devotees, by good fortune, you're awakened. Your soul is awakened. And then they teach you how to find rest in the Lord, to continue. Like a child, you're born again. You see, you're born by hearing from real devotees. Your spiritual body is awakened, and they teach you increasingly how to find rest in the Transcendental Lord until you mature and become like a Narada Muni. You become an experienced devotee, very dedicated, very chaste. You just stay in resting in God forever. Why would you want to go in? You found the best of the best. You find the gold mine, man. The Lord himself is the gold mine. Ever increasing wealth, man. Every day, man, I get more and more wealthy, man. Just enter that gold mine. Start mining jewels. We're mining jewels right now. And anybody coming here and becomes attracted to these talks, you're the most fortunate person in the world, because our talks are about the essence of all truth, man. Showing it and telling all about that, showing the jewels, the collecting, show from the gold mine. This is stuff we just mine today. Quite a few jewels came out of the mine today. And we will mine every day more jewels. That's why every day the better class. Okay? Because we're mining jewels. New jewels, forever fresh. So by me in my unmanifested form, the entire universe is pervaded. All beings are in. Okay, we already read that. Okay, understand that as the mighty wind blowing everywhere rests always in the sky, all beings rest in me. Understand that as the mighty wind blowing everywhere rests always in the sky, all beings rest in me. See, then it's like paradoxical. All beings are resting in him, but he's not resting in us. He only finds rest in his awakened devotees, his pure devotees. It's so nice to be with I find rest here. Okay? Narada Muni said, where am I going to rest today? What devotee am I going to go to see to find rest today? That's where you find rest. When you go on, you're traveling, and you go to an inn to find rest, right? But the Lord is not necessarily in the inn. See, you go to a place for the shelter, and everything. You got to find a devotee, man, because you're going to an inn. Their body is like a place. It's a temple. You go to find, So you find rest there. Oh, yeah, I got the shelter, man. I found another devotee. Yeah, because I'm resting in those who found rest in the Lord. See, it's a family thing. They're rare, more rare. That's why if you find rest here, if you like what's going on here and you think, man, this is so good, I find rest here, you're very fortunate, because this is the ultimate. I mean, it really is. I mean, I personally haven't found anything better. I don't think there is anything better. To me, rest is rest. I mean, really rest of the soul, man. Hey, man, you find I find rest here, man. I find happiness here. I find purification here. I find inspiration here. I find everything here. I find everything in Sadhu Sangha. In talks about Krishna, talks about discussing these verses, chanting the holy name, with my brothers and sisters here. Everything is here. How many people are here, I wonder? Lolita? Oh, must be listening on the train or something. Francis. Yeah, I started early, so probably don't have so many people. They can watch the replay. O son of Kunti, at the end of the millennium, all material manifestations enter into my nature. And at the beginning of another millennium, by my potency, I create them again. Let me read the word for word on this here. Sarva Bhutani, all created beings. Kuteya, O son of Kunti, Praktim, nature, Yanti, enter, Mamakyam, my, Kalpa, Shraye, at the end of the millennium, Puna, again, Tani, all those, the beginning of millennium I created. All created beings, all created entities. All created entities. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, this is very interesting. This is significant. The word all created entities. Yeah. Hey there, Dean. Welcome. Yeah, so see, all created entities. See, the truth is, we're not the who we are is not a creation. See, but we identify with it as a created entity. We think, oh, I'm created. And I'm a creator. I'm created. See, I was born in my family, right? I'm created. But you think you're your body. My body. I'm mind. I'm my mind and my emotions. It's me. I'm Joe Blow. You identify with as a material creation. See, all created beings, but you're really not. See, we're spiritual. This is the thing. We need to be awakened. See, otherwise we'll enter. See, if you don't realize, if your soul is not awakened in relationship to the transcendental Lord, you go back into his nature. You go back, into his nature, and then again you come out into the creation, identifying with the creation. See, as a created being, you think you're a created being. See? Devotees are not created. They're eternal beings. See? If you identify, and that's why it's so rare. Most people identify as a created being. No, we're immortal, eternal persons. Persons actually. Yeah, but we don't know that transcendental personal nature yet. So that's part of this work is to awaken the souls so that they don't just go back into the Lord's nature and then they're exploded out again, come out again in the next breath of the Lord, and then you're still identifying as a created being. See? Devotees you just realize who you are. It's kind of like a born again, the birth, but it's spiritual, and we're born into who we actually are eternally. Like a cowherd boys, they're not created; they're eternal, eternally existing as that. Or a gopi, they're eternally that, forever. totally happy, always ever fresh. It's kind of hard to, to wrap your head around this because what? Always eternal, never dying? Yeah, what a concept, huh? Never dying and always going deeper and ever fresh. You usually think, I mean, just even I think like, yeah, okay, well, after on the material level, after a while you had enough experience in this world, you want to, that's enough, and your body's all worn out. Hey man, let's drop it and get a new one, right? I mean, isn't it just kind of normal thinking, human thinking? A lot of people they die physically and mentally and emotionally because they've had enough of this world. I've had my experience. I'm ready to go, and body's ready. Yeah, you're ready to go. See? But that's not, see, the immortal body, the spiritual body is not like that. It never dies, always regenerated, always ever fresh. Always, always increasing. Yeah? So that's why you don't go into the, where you don't identify with that Lord's, external nature anymore, and then come out in the create. Wow, you transcended that, even here. Okay, so I think that's good enough for a while. I'll go and take some rest, and I'll come back again. Let's see what time it is here. 3:00. Yeah, that's good. Now people are not even up, so I did an early class today. If anybody's coming now, and I'll come back probably about 5:30 or 6. Yeah. So now you can go back on there, Johans, or whoever else wants to. Mm. That was fun, huh? That's fun. Always, Sadhu Sangha is always very amazing. Thank you very much, everybody, for coming, and we'll see you soon. Huh?